There was a few key mindset shifts that got me from this to this, and I want to talk about it. Growing up in a Nepali household, I was told that sport really wasn't for me. My parents pushed me to get really good grades, and sport was kind of just pushed to the side. When I turned 18 and I started working a job at Subway and I started making a little bit of money, I went and got myself a gym membership. At the gym, I did what a lot of other people would do. I went straight for the cardio section, or I did ab workouts, cue video right here. And I never went into the weight section. I was way too afraid to do that. And simultaneously, from the ages of 18 to 21, my weekends consisted of a cocktail of binge drinking, eating junk food, and staying out and partying till the sun came out. I didn't have the discipline, the groundwork, or the foundation to create my dream body. And I thought to myself so many times, there's no way that I'm gonna look like the girls that I see on social media. There's no way I'm gonna have my dream body. And most of all, there's no way that I'm ever gonna feel strong. And then COVID hit. We went into lockdown. Everything was in a state of chaos outside, and my movement was confined to the walls of my apartment. It gave me some time to think and reflect. And I thought to myself, is the version of me now and the decisions that I'm making something that I'm proud of? Is it a reflection of me? The answer to both of those questions was no. I knew that I had to make a change. As soon as I could after COVID, I got to work quietly. I chose to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym instead of staying up till 5 a.m. I chose that Coke Zero, that bottle of water, instead of 4 vodka shots. I chose to work on myself. Was it hard? Fuck yes. Really hard. For one thing, I lost friends. At that time, my friends knew me as partying Sia. My friends expected me to be partying Sia. And growing up and choosing yourself and developing yourself is a really freaking lonely path. And that was hard. And then at the gym, I started braving the weight section, which at that time, there was not a lot of girls, especially girls that look like me, little petite brown girls, hitting the weight section. And I think I remember 3 separate instances where a man made me feel really uncomfortable at the gym, like to the point where I had to file complaints. That was hard, but I stuck at it. I kept going. I thought to myself, I can reach that dream body that I see on Instagram and social media. I can be that girl. I am that girl. And I did it. I got to work. There was a few key mindset shifts that got me from this to this. And I want to talk about it. How did I do it? How did I go from a girl that had never, ever, ever played sports before to being the fittest, the strongest, and the leanest I've ever been? All right, mindset shift 1. Mindset shift 1 is it's got to be done. I actually think that that's going to be my first tattoo that I ever get. Just tatted probably right here or here. It's got to be done. Every single time that I had to do something hard, all I said to myself was, it's got to be done. I think I heard it from Georgie Stevenson, who is this incredible influencer, Australian influencer. God, she's amazing. And I think she posted one day, it's got to be done. And it has stuck with me ever since. Every single time I woke up at 4:20 a.m. to get to the gym by 5 a.m., there's no way that I wanted to do that. No one wants to do that. And I said to myself, it's got to be done. No one wants to spend their entire Sunday meal prepping, especially when they don't know how to cook. That was me when I first started. And I said to myself, it's got to be done. Every single time I have to do a hard thing now, whether it's at the gym, whether it's my business, whether it's work, I say to myself, it's got to be done. If there's one thing that you take away from this video, I hope it's this. Doing hard things is hard, but if you are laser focused to reach your goal, if you wanted to, you would, because it's got to be done. Mindset shift number 2 is simple. Trust the process. To look like this, I needed to look like this first. We live in a society where we have so much instant gratification, right? We get things so quickly. We get results so quickly. Like, I could watch a 10-minute TikTok on the same topic as reading a 300-page book. And people expect that the same thing applies to the gym. Like, I can go to the gym once and do a little booty workout and come out with a Kim Kardashian situation, or I can diet for a day and I'll have 6-pack abs. That's not how it works. to essentially reach my dream body, I had to do the exact opposite of what you would think, right? What you would think is shred down, eat as little as possible, and be as lean as possible. That's literally the opposite of what I had to do. I had to bulk up. I gained nearly 10 kilos. I fueled my body and I lifted weights. I became so freaking strong, and in that I gained a lot of muscle. And then I shred down to see the fruits of my labor. Oh my God, such a loud siren. When you're eating in a calorie deficit, it's really, really hard to gain that muscle. So the real work happens when you're bulking and you're doing the opposite of what you think. So my point here is you need to trust in the process. I needed to trust in the vision. It was really hard in the middle of me gaining those 10 kilos of imagining my dream body, right? I looked the opposite of what I wanted to look. But I trusted in myself, I trusted in the vision that I had, and guess what? I executed. It's as simple as that. I think that applies to a lot of things in life. Sometimes things can be really hard in the moment, the reality of the situation or whatever you're in, it's really hard. But if you have a vision and if you have a goal, you need to trust in that. And over time, when you get over that bump or when you get over stage X, you will reach that goal. You need to keep going. That's the main message. You need to trust the process. The third mindset shift is everything is okay in moderation. What do I mean by that? I feel like especially with a goal of reaching your dream body, right? Or with a lot of other goals, people say that you have to make every single sacrifice possible in order to reach that goal. And that's true to an extent. I just think that you can enjoy your favorite foods and enjoy some lifestyle things that you like hanging out with your friends, etc., while still being in relentless pursuit of your goal. As long as you're smart and you do everything in moderation. Let me give you a few examples. I love hanging out with my friends and trying out new restaurants. That makes me really happy. I'm not going to do that every single week. I'm not going to do that every single day. But once a month, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out and I'm going to hang out with my friends, and I'll be smart about it. Another thing is I love eating a burger. And sometimes I'm really craving a KFC Zinger burger, right? That is a really good burger. And you know what? I'm going to have it. And I'm gonna be smart about it because I know my macros. I know that I'm on track 80-90% of the time, and I'm gonna let myself have that burger. Another thing is I love having a sweet treat before bed. It makes me really happy. And guess what? I have a sweet treat before bed every single night. I just make it work. I'm just smart about it. You don't have to have an all or nothing mindset. You don't have to be so insanely restrictive with everything. Because what ends up happening when you do that is you burn out, you lose motivation, you lose that steam. Instead, just build sustainable habits that you can stick to. That's my last piece of advice is don't get swept up in all or nothing. Don't get burnt out with your goals. Instead, just choose sustainable habits that you can stick to. I highly, highly recommend investing in a coach. If you are in a pursuit of getting to your dream body, I think having someone to keep you accountable, having someone to steer you in the right direction is really, really helpful. That definitely helped me. But yeah. Anyway, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next week for another video. Key takeaway from this one is keep doing you, keep going, keep reaching and pushing for those goals. And yeah, work smarter, not harder.